has always been a great host for politicos, both famous and notorious alike. But is it going to strike a different note in light of the recent developments? With the prime accused in the 2G scam, A. Raja, being granted permission to visit his home state after a long period of 1.5 years. A lot of court news has been making headlines, and we will bring you the growing tension to your seats and much more within the next 30 minutes. As you're watching Headlines Now with me, Linda Hercules. But first, it's the top headlines. 2G accused A. Raja gets a reprieve as Delhi court allows him to visit Tamil Nadu for a brief period. Karnataka condemns the AIADMK government, says too many false cases on his former ministers. Chennai's scrib as voltage drips become the norm of the day. Is there any solution in sight? Montek Singh says spending 35 lakh rupees for upgrading restrooms at the Planning Commission is not wrong as it's for a public cause. Markets soared over 400 points, clocking the biggest rally in 2012 on the back of rumours of a rate cut. After 4 days of strike, house surgeons end their protest after government promises them adequate security. Five-time world champ Vishwanathan Anand meets Jayalalitha. Chief Minister discusses about introducing chess in Tamil Nadu schools. Leander Paes and Mahesh Bhupathi are in the French Open mixed double semi-finals to be played today. News in detail. Former telecom minister and key accused in the 2G scam case, A. Raja, has been allowed to visit his home state, Tamil Nadu, between the 8th of June to the 30th by the Delhi court. The DMK MP was granted bail by the court, holding that his further detention would not serve any purpose as all the other 13 co-accused are already out on bail. The court had imposed several conditions on Raja, including a ban on his visit to Tamil Nadu as well as the Department of Telecom, which he presided over as minister for over 3 years. He had been denied a trip to the state to join in the birthday celebrations of his party chief Karnanadhi on the 3rd of June. Senior DMK leader and former Tamil Nadu minister Veerapandi Arumugam denied the land grabbing charges against him slapped by the Tamil Nadu government. We recall was arrested in Salem. He was arrested in Salem on the 4th of June in an alleged land grab case and lodged in the Puril Central Prison in Chennai. This morning he was shifted to Vellore Central Jail. Arumugam said that he would not buckle under pressure from the Jayalalitha government or retire from his public life. DMK President and former Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M. Karnanadhi strongly condemned the repeated arrests of former ministers in his previous government as misuse of power. In a strongly worded statement, Karnanadhi pointed out the arrest of Veerapandi Arumugam in another alleged land grab case and moving him from one jail to another. In another scene, the 4-day strike by house surgeons and postgraduate students from 5 government hospitals, including 3 in the city, ended today. This after the State Health Department promised to take action against the lawyers who manhandled a duty doctor in the Government General Hospital last Friday. After more than 1-hour discussion with Health Minister V.S. Vijay, students and doctors told reporters that they were happy with the increased security measures planned at the hospitals. Visitors' entry to the hospital's ICU and trauma wards will be banned from tomorrow, and only one patient attender will be allowed in other wards. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalitha presented a cheque of 2 crore rupees to 5-time world champion Vishwanathan Anand, who won the world crown for the 3rd successive time, defeating Israeli Boris Gelfand in Moscow a week ago. Jayalalitha had announced the cash award on behalf of Tamil Nadu government on his winning the world crown for the 5th time.
Well, it was an incredibly nice meeting with the Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Puruchi Thalaivi Selvi Jayalalitha. We spoke a little bit about the match. We spoke about chess. She was very well informed about all the details of the match. I thanked her for her incredibly kind gesture to announce this award. We spoke of her great support for chess, introducing chess in schools from 7 to 17. and I think this will do a lot for chess in Tamil Nadu in the future. We'll produce the next generation of great chess players.
Moving on, IG Pramod Kumar, who is in judicial custody, filed a petition at the Madras High Court to grant him bail in the Pazi scam. While the petition came up for hearing, Sudaresh, an affected depositor, filed an intervening petition that Pramod Kumar is a high-ranking officer in police and that he could disturb investigations and tamper the witness. He also added that while Pramod Kumar's anticipatory bail was dismissed initially, he escaped and was arrested in Delhi. The bench has posted the hearing to Friday. The CBI sleuths had arrested the police officer in New Delhi for allegedly receiving bribes from the 3 directors of the Pazi forex trading firm in Tirupur that cheated thousands of depositors to a tune of 600 crore rupees. The Madras High Court dismissed a PIL seeking allocation of the entire 2000 megawatt power to be produced at the Kudankulam nuclear power plant for Tamil Nadu. The hearing came up before Principal Division Bench comprising Chief Justice M.Y. Iqbal and Justice Sivanyanam. The petitioner Ramesh argued that the entire power generated by the 2 reactors would not be sufficient to meet the actual demand of the state. The bench advised the petitioner to approach the appropriate forum. Battling a massive power crisis, Tamil Nadu is limping back to normalcy. But Chennai is still reeling under long bouts of voltage fluctuations. Is there any respite to the current situation?
The Tamil Nadu government has reduced the duration of power cuts in the city by an hour, but that has offered little or no respite for Chennaiites. The reason? Voltage fluctuations. Now, even in posh localities like this in South Chennai, the common man remains powerless against erratic voltage drops.
Yel Arasi moved into this plush house in Palavakkam a few months ago. Despite having all the amenities, this house is far from being called a home. Every evening, voltage fluctuations brings the house to a standstill.
I came here just 3-4 months back and I didn't expect it will be so bad like this because the AC will not work at all in the late night. I have a small child, she'll wake up in the midnight and she'll start screaming, and so everybody's sleep will be really disturbed and she'll be crying because of the sweat.
நான் ஆக்சுவலாக உண்மையிலே ஈபிக்கெலாம் நான் ட்ரை பண்ணி பார்த்தேன். பட் அவங்களாம் எந்த ரெஸ்பான்ஸுமே கொடுக்கறது கிடையாது. ஃபஸ்ட் டைம் போகும்போது நீங்கள் ஹையர் ஆஃபீஸர்ஸ் கிட்ட கம்ப்ளைண்ட் பண்ணுங்கன்னு சொல்லியே ஃபோனை வச்சுட்டாங்க. நீங்கள் ஏஇஓ கிட்ட சொல்லுங்கள் அப்படின்னாங்க. லைக் ஆஃப் ஆகி வந்துக்கிட்டே இருக்கு. அதுவும் இந்த ஏரியாவில் ரொம்ப மோசமாக இருக்குது.
This situation is synonymous with other parts of the city too. Rampant voltage drops means shopkeepers are minting huge profits through the sale of inverters. Many of them are smiling their way to the bank after recording a jump in inverter sales of 40 to 60%.
Well, I think you can feel this place at this time at 8 o'clock, it's still like a furnace. Everybody says you get a booster for the AC. The booster also is of no use. We tried on double booster. Even that doesn't help, and people say that the electrician said what voltage we got? 120 or 130. So with that, what do you expect us to do? So we are just suffering it.
Comparing to the others, normal time the inverters used to for say APC company, the inverters used to be sold for 15,000 rupees. But in demand it has been sold 1,500 rupees hike. It is around 16,500 rupees. Sales is increased. Normally monthly only we used to sell thrice 3 to 4 inverters only. But now if you see means every day 5 to 6 inverters we are selling.
Sources in TNEB say they are aware of the impending situation, but blame the excessive demand for power as the reason for crisis. Chennai's power demand has touched a record high of 3,000 megawatts this year. Last summer, the city's average demand was around 2,000 megawatts, and this year it was expected to be only around 2,500 megawatts. Officials say that the huge demand is due to extreme heat, which has forced people to use more air conditioners. So what's the solution to this crisis? TNEB says voltage trips can only be brought down if there are more substations in the city. They are working in tandem with the Chennai Corporation on allocating land for substations. Electricity Board hopes to overcome this crisis by next year. In Chennai, with Krishnamurthy, Vahita Dave for Ndtv-Hindu.
More news on the other side of the break. Stay with us.